Hello, how are you? Welcome to this that is official Descarados. My name is Diana, you already know it, your trusted lesbian. And today we are going to talk about these myths, so well known, so typical, so heard, so replicated, about lesbianities. The typical joke, what does a lesbian come to a first date with?
With the suitcase.
How long have you been with your girlfriend? 3 months?
So you've already moved in?
Yes, Jose Miguel. I did move in with her, but what do you care? Okay, we're not going to attack any Jose Miguel. Strangely enough, human beings love questioning about other people's lives. The more they can talk about a relationship that does not belong to them, the more they seem to earn points in life. And if we are talking about an orientation other than their own, which they do not know, or that somehow causes them to be intrigued, the result is a series of brutal myths and stereotypes. That's why, friends, today I, your trusted lesbian, am going to wake you up. I'm going to take away all these ideas that you have created for yourself about lesbians. You already know it. If you are a lesbian girly, if you are a heterosexual who hangs around here, or if you are my guy buddy, however you identify yourself, welcome to this space. Let's talk. Well, sisters, there is a lot of myth about lesbianism and about why we do certain things that we do and how we relate. One of the ones that makes me laugh the most is this theory that lesbians like to move out on the third day. And for starters, it's true. Many girls, many lesbian couples often move out, I wouldn't say at 3 months, but I would say in the early stages of falling in love in a relationship. Now, not people who identify as lesbian or who live on a sapphic spectrum will move in the first year. Some people move out after 2 months. There are those who do it after 1 year. There are those who do it after 3 years. And there are those who never do it because the ways of relating are different depending on the individual. That there is a pattern, there may be a pattern. Here we'll break it down a little bit. Okay, let's go to the beginning of the society.
Oh, what? I sounded so smart, man.
Most of us who are in adult life, young adults, of course, between 25 and 35, even 40 years old, we are at the point where we are beginning to have more serious relationships, a little more formal or a little more stable, which will eventually lead you to the negotiation of whether we are going to move in together or not. Before that, we have how this generation was raised. We're talking a little bit about the millennials. But how were we raised? Well, we were raised as heterosexual women. When we grew up, it was assumed that we would be beautiful maidens who would marry a man and be happy, procreate, and then stay at home washing dishes. Hold on, I've moved on to something else. But yeah, that's kind of the heteropatriarchy theory. As such, as women, we were educated, we were allowed to somehow show our emotions, our feelings, and remember that they are also validated.
Although we are also attacked by them.
Unlike men who socially do not have to show their emotions so much. What am I saying so much? How dare you say that I love you? No, play hard to get. Don't call her out on the first date and all that ball of crap, men don't cry. You know, all these things that we're supposed to be to live in a happy heterosexual society. But what happened to us? According to the education we received, it is the woman who can show her emotions, the man should not show it. Therefore, when we are talking about a lesbian relationship, we are talking about two women who are allowed to show how they feel, to show how much they love each other, to show that they already want to move in together. And besides, think about it. It's so simple. What is the ideal in which you are raised when you grow up? You are going to grow up, you are going to find someone to support you, someone to love you, get married and have children. We have that very thing stuck here in our brains. Therefore, it is very normal that we replicate it. The issue here, in a sapphic relationship, is that you are not talking about a woman with a man who is not allowed to say what he feels, but you take away the man and put in another person who was socially educated in the same way. Of course, you have a combo of emotions, of ease, of I want to go live, of I want to build a family, of I want to be the mom, of I want to be, so it's not so illogical that we want to move in together after 2 months. Of course, there is another element that is important. During our adolescence, during our puberty, when we are in the heat of the moment of affection and love, that part is stolen from us in those times, I repeat, in the millennials, 90s, 2000, 2010, of being able to show what you felt publicly, that for a long time you had to hide when you find her. They are empathetic, they are similar, they want the same thing. You were told to keep it quiet, but now you have a place where you can prove it. The most logical thing is that you want to have that little bit of love, because in that little hole of love, you can be yourself. Now, This is not to say that all lesbian relationships that move in together in the first year work out. This is true, sisters, and we have to accept it and we have to embrace it, and it must be taken into therapy.
Well, that explains a lot.
Because yes, the first year of a relationship is obviously accompanied by kilos and thousands of liters of serotonin and dopamine and all those substances that we already know that drive us crazy and make us fall in love. So, making the decision to move in together in the first year, when you bring all this rush, it can be complicated because in fact you may not know the person that well. However,
Here is a disturbing fact.
when I uploaded this TikTok, people lashed out because I said that these were two people who were given permission to say what they felt, and therefore by coming together, it was easier for this to happen. Well, fine, dears. The biggest attack I received on this TikTok was from heterosexuals calling me bunch of intense lesbians. And I, of course, went to Uncle Google and said, Uncle Google, how long is the period of time that heterosexual couples take before they get married or live together? And the answer was a bit surprising. And it says that people between the ages of 15 and 19 years old last approximately 14 months.
14 months, heterosexuals, 1 year and 2 months.
To make the decision to marry, to make this decision or to feel compelled by this decision. Which doesn't really put us that far out of touch with your reality. The fact that we move in with this partner responds to the fact that we have to live in hiding, unlike heterosexual people who can live their courtship, who can kiss in public, who can have a relationship before marriage, go on vacation, and no one asks them why the fuck they are going to share the same bed if they are two women. Despite the fact that equal marriage has only been in our country for a few years, there are already statistics that show that women are getting divorced more than men. Watch out! This also applies to heterosexuals. Nearly 70% of heterosexual divorces were initiated by a woman. This only proves the first theory. Women say more often what we feel, and therefore it is more logical for us to make the decision to end a relationship or to start a relationship. Another fact is that lesbians marry more than gays. That's why we get divorced more. This just goes to show that whether gay or straight, men are less likely to consider divorce. However, it is an indicator, my friends, that maybe making the decision to move in so quickly with your partner is not the best option independently, whether you are a sapphic or heterosexual woman. And let's see, make no mistake, this was not about defending some people and much less about attacking others. The question is, why is this happening? And what could be the social reason why this is happening? And why not also question ourselves about our own relationships? This will definitely change from generation to generation. And if you ask me, my reflection would be that regardless of whether you are a sapphic woman or a heterosexual person, the important thing is to question yourself. What are your emotional capabilities and your also emotional intelligence when entering into a relationship? Are you ready? Are you not ready? Are you still carrying past stories? Just because you make the decision to move in with your girlfriend within a week doesn't mean it won't work out either. It all depends on how you enter the ring and how prepared you are to face a relationship. So, resolving the question of do lesbians move in faster than gays? It's true, do lesbians move in faster than heterosexuals? It may not necessarily be true, and it's not wrong either. Understanding a little bit of the background, I think, gives us a little peace of mind to stop being judged as intense. Sister, the intensity is not wrong. What's wrong is how you deal with that intensity. But, well, this is only my opinion. You can make your own, you draw your own conclusions. And I, as always, as every moment of my life, I send you a bunch of kisses. Behave very badly. But take good care of yourself and see you in the next video of Official Descarados. Bye!